Welcome, students, to This Explainer. I'm stepping in today as your financial mentor, and we're going to set the stage for you to learn the absolute secret of making your money actually work for you. You see, mastering your money isn't about being some kind of math genius. It's really about mastering the margin, that space between what you bring in and what goes out. Today, we're building the foundation for your financial independence.
So let's kick things off with a quick warm-up challenge. Picture this. You look in your wallet and you have exactly $20 to last you the entire week. What's the very first thing you buy? Do you grab a healthy lunch so you actually have energy for the day, or do you blow it immediately on a new skin in your favorite video game? The choice you make right there in that split second is literally the exact difference between being broke and being financially smart.
Okay, here's our game plan for today. We're going to cover needs versus wants to find, real-world budgeting scenarios, test your money skills, avoiding common debt traps, and your financial action plan. Section 1. Needs versus wants defined. This right here is the absolute foundation of smart spending. So what exactly is a need? A need is something completely necessary for your survival, your health, or your basic functioning. It's non-negotiable. We're talking about food, water, a roof over your head, basic clothing, and medicine. For you as a student, this also includes essential daily items that allow you to just get through the day, like a bus pass to actually get to school or your daily lunch money. Without these things, your life essentially grinds to a halt.
Now, let's contrast this with wants. A want is something you'd really like to have, but you can definitely live without it. Think about things like those designer shoes, grabbing fast food with your friends, streaming subscriptions, or concert tickets. Wants are the things that make life fun, you know? And hey, there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting things. The key distinction here, though, is that they just aren't required for your survival.
But here's where it gets a little tricky, because the exact same type of item can actually blur the lines between a basic need and a super expensive want. In today's world, having a basic phone for communication is often a genuine need. You need to contact your family, your job, or call for help in an emergency. But wanting the brand new iPhone Pro Max with all the flashy bells and whistles, that crosses the line directly into a want. It is so crucial to recognize when a need is secretly being used as an excuse to fund a want.
Moving on to Section 2, real-world budgeting scenarios. Let's do the math. All right, let's walk step by step through Jordan's budget. Jordan has $50 total. Step 1, we calculate his needs. He needs $25 for lunch money for the week and $15 for his bus pass. That totals $40 in strict absolute needs. Step 2, we compare his available money. $50 minus $40 leaves him with just $10 left over. Now, Jordan really wants a new pair of headphones that cost $40. Step 3, the big decision. Can he afford it? No way. If he buys the headphones first, he won't have enough to eat or even get a ride home. He must prioritize his daily essential expenses over luxury items.
Now, check out our second scenario. This brilliantly illustrates how Maria handles her babysitting income. Maria earned $120. Step 1, she identifies her needs. $40 for groceries and $25 for school supplies, totaling $65. Step 2, she subtracts that from her income, which leaves her with $55. Step 3, she looks at her wants. $20 for movie tickets and $50 for extra shoes she doesn't actually need right now. That's $70 in wants, but remember, she only has $55 left. So, step 4, she makes a smart financial decision. She adjusts her plan by delaying a want. She chooses to buy only the movie tickets and delay buying the shoes until she's saved up a bit more. This right here is exactly how you achieve your goals without going broke.
All right, Section 3, test your money skills. Time to put your knowledge to the test.
Let's play a quick mental game. I want you to sort this list of everyday items into strict needs or wants. Basic groceries, clearly a need. A Netflix subscription, definitely a want. A winter coat is a need to stay warm for sure, but a designer backpack, that's a want. A basic backpack gets the job done just fine. Medicine and a school notebook are needs, but a gaming console, AirPods, and that daily Starbucks drink, those are absolutely wants. Recognizing these daily temptations is literally the very first step to controlling your cash flow.
Okay, let's up the stakes with a real-life challenge. You have a strict $100 limit for the week. How are you going to spend it? Look, if you buy the video game for $70 and grab fast food for $25, you're already at $95. You literally cannot afford your groceries or gas. The smart play here is to lock in your needs first. Groceries for $35, gas for $20, and school supplies for $20. That's $75. Boom. Now you have $25 left over to comfortably spend on a want, like that fast food, or you can stash it away to save up for those shoes. Which brings us to Section 4, avoiding common debt traps. It's all about protecting your cash. Put yourself in this impulse buying scenario. You're walking through the mall or maybe just scrolling on your phone and you see luxury sneakers, an ad for your absolute favorite fast food, and the newest smartphone. But you only have $30 left to your name for the week. Ask yourself, would you risk your last $30 on something you don't truly need? An impulse buy happens when your emotion takes over your logic. If you spend that $30 on a want and suddenly a real need pops up, like a flat tire on your bike or a lost textbook, you are entirely out of luck. And guys, that is exactly how the cycle of debt starts. Ever wonder why advertisements are so unbelievably good at making us want things? Advertisers spend billions of dollars to convince you that their want is actually your need. They're selling you a lifestyle, a feeling of belonging. So why is this dangerous? Because overspending on wants forces you to borrow money for your actual needs, pulling you deep into debt. But when you have a firm grasp on needs versus wants, it's like you build a mental shield. You can look at an ad and objectively say, hey, that looks cool, but it's a want, and my needs come first. That is how you win the game and avoid that. Finally, Section 5, your financial action plan. These are your next steps for smart money. Let's do a quick mental check with an exit ticket. Can you answer these 4 core questions? First, what's the difference? Well, needs are for survival, wants are extras. 2 examples of needs? Simple, food and shelter. 2 examples of wants? Video games and designer gear. And most importantly, why should needs come first? Because if you don't secure your survival and basic functioning, you won't be in any position to actually enjoy those wants anyway. All right, here is your homework. I want you to be a financial detective in your own house. Take a look around and list 5 needs your family spends money on, like the electricity bill, the mortgage, or rent, and groceries. Then list 5 wants. Maybe it's a bunch of streaming services, going out to eat, or hobby equipment. Finally, figure this out. Which category costs your family more money overall, and why? Seeing where the money actually flows in your own household will completely change your perspective on budgeting. As your financial mentor, I'm leaving you with the absolute golden rule of personal finance. Read it, memorize it, and seriously live by it. Always cover your needs before you spend a single cent on your wants. If you can master this one simple margin, you're going to avoid the financial stress that tracks so many adults today. I'm going to leave you with this one final thought to chew on as you manage your next dollar. When you look at your own spending this week, are you funding your future, or are you just financing your wants? The choice is entirely up to you. Thanks for joining me on this Explainer, students. Stay smart with your money, and I'll catch you next time.